sembe sinabole sponsorship, sembe napasa, but sembe sinaenda kuchonga secondary school. Yes, I really want the sponsorship to continue because when I finish school, I want to become a nurse. Then I want to take my family up.
I look through my lens today into Chongwe constituency. It's not just a constituency development fund. Once it's in your possession, it's hope, it's joy, it's your leap to the next step. It's a future guaranteed. Well, at least for Letiwe.
Nikonda school because since nakuti ninkali la kunafuna ninkankale ko like or kunkala na mami kwenza mbonkala. Then na family bazi nkala ko artist not money mwetinkalila.
Okay. Ndiuza kupata family yako. Mbangati.
Mbangati. Kulu adadi 37 then I'm 5.
Okay. Then pano pamene unkala pano.
Till almost 14 so.
Okay. Ndi bangati waenda ku school.
Bali 14 till 7 ametenda ku school.
Okay. Niuze ko after walemba grade 7. Teze bwanji.
Pena bwana grade 7. Bamampe nizo ndila results benza ati. Ngatuza pasa nza kulishira bazar. Then ngatuza pasa za kunza pamena. Then ya boya choka results na bwana pesa na pasa. Bwa lisha bazar.
Unambira bwanji chibakuza chibaza bakusanga.
Nambira bwino.
Chifu.
Kai tinyende ko boarding studying abwino na kusachedwa ku school.
Kusachedwa ku school because distance. Okay.
Kai kuna zetali kuja at least check up madomo za kwenda school. Ninga stay give up because if na kunkala mweni hela person na nikankale ko like nizi ba bintu vambili vakti sazimpiti kuti nikazi we bintu vambili sazimpitila. Enda fa ngatunapunzira kuma hakupitirwa vambili.
Pailetiwe mwandi, letiwe mwana wakutibonga pano pa nyumba umene nimamuonera ine kuchokera akali mufana pamene anabwera amayi bake ali na 2 years. Fikira nthawi ino so ni mwana amene akonda school. Ni mwana wakuti amvera. Ali bendewo. School ayikonda. Ero kuberenga enza ayesako. Ayesako kuberenga. Ni mwana amene akonda maningi school pa moyo wake ufikira mpaka masiku yano.
Okay. Primary school enzoenda kuti?
Mwalumina primary school.
Okay. Saona ko palika distance hapa ka?
Enzo enda chabe pansi. Kuyambira akali grade 1 mpaka fikira mpaka pamene anapasa manje kuenda ke date hapa ni date ni pansi chabe ayenda chabe osalova.
Mnambera bwanje after sponsorship ya bwera ataenda grade 8 apasa mnambera bwanje?
Ine nakondwera. Chifukwa monga wazukulu banga school bayikonda. Kulibe mwana amene mamenya kuti enda uskulu. Ayikona kulibe bonse chabe bamafuna school. Anso ni makonda bana kuti bazienda uskulu fuka ine sinapunzire. Manje chikonko jamii sinaenda uskulu. Bana bayikonda school. Ni mavera bwino. Batete bake banasiya mu grade 10. Nabiva napunza nsi batate babo bamwalira. Banankala chabeso. Basebeza ugarden y'abantu. Komene bamachosa natundalama kapena bamukulirako ka ngono so chabe so vamai vake naveve pamene chinasira chikwati muzi avamuna vaona mukazi winango vamai vake chinavavuta vanabwana vana vonse 4 pano vakulira pano mpaka nakuenda mumasukulu. Mukazi namba 1 anasiriza, namba 2 ali kuchinyunyu secondary asiza kino chaka, namba 3 ali grade 11 apunzira ukabanana secondary, so niyeletiwe uyu. So pamene avekutiletiwe apezeka vomutandizira boma ninakondwela maningi. Monga mutima wanga ndikondwa kutiletiwe apitize skulu akapunzire paka kusogolo ka boma izaganiza bwanji vamutandise pa moyo wake. Ipe mpagulire tiwe kuti ngati boma ipitiliza tandizo ulo kusogolo akasiza skulu letiwe vakamutandisireko kuti akachiteka kosi kamene kakuti akapeze ntchito yochitandizira pa moyo wake.
Most of the girls were not in school, but when the CDF was introduced, we have a lot of girls who are in school, and there are still many. I'm sure they're also waiting for their chance to be in class. Most of the girls, they were, this is a rural area. They are coming from places where there's no electricity. And CDF has brought them to boarding schools where there is power, so meaning they're able to study. Let me say, before they were not in school, they were just they were in villages doing nothing, getting married. But now because they didn't have the capacity to go to school, and now since there's free education, I'm sure they're happy, and even as parents we are also happy. The only advice I can give is those ones who are not in class, the ones who are not in school. We have a certain number, we have a certain amount which we get every year. So if you are not picked, they should not get worried. Their time will come.
When the leaders themselves believe in an initiative and innovation, it shows in the way it's rolled out, in how it eventually benefits the locals. Chongwe constituency has embraced the Constituency Development Fund.
CDF has brought a lot of impact in our communities. Like Chongwe, we are one of the beneficiaries. You may wish to know that we used to receive 1.6 million kwacha. Now we have 28.3 million kwacha. Last year alone, I think we did a number of projects to do with infrastructure. We built schools, we built clinics, we've actually built bridges. Infrastructure-wise, the government has actually provided this platform for vulnerable students who don't have parents, orphans, to try and access a quality education. So CDF has come in as a gap measure to try and help these vulnerable children to have quality education. And I think as Chongwe, we've done a very tremendous work in terms of helping these vulnerable children. And we are hopeful that they will complete their school and become better citizens, better for this country. In the past, parents who had failed to actually pay for school fees, most of the children are not going to school. But now with the government, hand to try and help these, pupils, we feel that the response has been very overwhelming, and we are still receiving applications for 2024, enrollment in our schools. Every country boasts of human capital, and when you have an educated society, meaning that development flows, the country, develops. So for us, we feel that CDF has come to, to stay and also to help the vulnerable people in our society, and that our country is headed for good in the near future.
Disbursing the Constituency Development Fund is one thing, but seeing it through for a beneficiary is another. Chongwe constituency has offered a bursary to Letiwe, who is now in grade 8 at Chongwe Secondary School.
For Chongwe Secondary School, it means quite a lot because initially, even up to this time, we have some children that have got challenges to come, especially to a boarding school. This is a boarding school, and you realize that it was a boarding school for boys only. Now it's a boarding school for boys and girls. It's a co-education. And so there are so many people that children that want to come to school, but just the 1,000 kwacha sometimes comes the challenge to these vulnerable children. So the coming in of CDF and giving this sponsorship, it has really opened up. So many people are willing to come through, and so every day I've got people who come to apply, who want to come here. And when you tell them this is a boarding school, and just what that 1,000 kwacha makes them to feel they can't afford. So when they are given opportunity, I think they're really excited about it. I think the first thing that excites me as an educationalist and also as a parent is to see this person who had no hope now is hopeful and is very sure that their life has changed. Is just to be in school and to be at Chongwe Secondary School or any other secondary school, that's a great achievement in itself. It changes the mindset. And you see these children now having hope. You talk to them what they want to be in the future, and you see that they have got better dreams about the future. So they have now the future which is bright, and they have good hope that the future will be better than it is now. They seem to be struggling now, but now they realize that there is hope. Something's coming to that. So that's what makes me happy as a head teacher, or even just as a teacher, as a parent. My message to Litia, I would like to say that life is now promising. Life now is giving the hope that it will never be the same. Once she's educated, I think as the saying goes, you educate a woman, you educate the entire nation. And so for Joyce, I want to tell her that actually her education will not only benefit her, it's benefiting the country as a whole, it's benefiting the family, immediate family, and also beyond the immediate family. So my message to her or to these two girls is that let them take education seriously. It's an eye-opener. It's a future that definitely is going to benefit the nation at large.
So 2 is a factor of 10. So you are going to draw an arrow. So you draw the diagram. Then you draw an arrow from 2 all the way to which number?
My name is Joyce Malambo. I'm in grade 8 at Chongwe Secondary School. I came here in January 2023. Inenaletiwe wanatiuza wakansela kuti mulipa bazari wakulipilani wanda CDF. Nisa tunavela mushe tabata bwela, tabata pesa walipila kudala, tabata tenga mamiuka, zitaenda.
Unaona mwanga ni bozi?
Yes, tena tunabiliva tabata fikache kuna bwaka wakulipilani kudala. Yenzi chebwino jani, tunabula chebwino, tunafika chemushe. I feel very nice. It was my first time to come in boarding. My favorite subject is RE.
Why?
Because it teaches us Mlungu. You don't understand. My dream career is journalist. Nina kumbula kumama stila interview antu. Motengela manyuzi. Novelenga news like TV. Inena mzanga Letiwe tima kama pale tukaenda siliza school tukaenda mpaka kusevenza tika taking care pale my parents watu na family.
Walking similar paths, the girls encourage each other. In a world where they had little, if no hope at all, to get to secondary school, the girls share more than a friendship, more than school notes. a future brighter than they imagined. Social, emotional, and academic well-being are now in a good place for Letiwe.
A guidance teacher, I would say, is a very important person in the school, so to say. As a guidance teacher, I would say we are the eyes of the school. Okay, we have a lot of responsibilities to do in the school, and without the guidance office, I feel the school cannot run, or the school won't run smoothly or won't run at all. When I have sessions with the pupils, it feels so great. Yes, because of the way they just come out. They would more like they would trust you so much. You know, these are the kids that have left their friends, other teachers, and just trust in you. Okay, they trust that if they tell you this, you're going. If they come with a problem, you are going to sort it out. Okay, so as a guidance teacher, you need to be so caring when you're talking to them. Okay, you need to be able to understand them. My first impression of Letiwe, when I first met her, I just saw a cool girl in her. For lack of a better term, I would say she looked so humble, so good. Somebody's morally upright, well brought up. So I saw somebody who is ready to learn. Yes, ready to be in school and just needed help. And the fact that she got that help, I would say she really showed interest in school. It feels so good. I feel so good for her because as guidance teacher, let me just say personally on myself, I just have that zeal to see other people excel. So when I see a girl child especially, okay, who is been helped, it makes me feel very good and excited. So my role as a guidance teacher is just to help her in her studies, help her not to go astray, especially because we're living in a world or community where there's a lot of peer pressure, especially nowadays. So there's need to counsel the girls, especially for the boys at least, but for the girl child is very important. They need holistic guidance. For Letiwe, if I can say, I think the way I view her when I look at her, I see, because of the quality of caring in her that I see and that of humbleness, I feel she can do well in health, Ministry of Health. I see a very goodness in her because as a nurse you have to, aside having the knowledge of health, medicine, such kind of stuff, you know, you have to be caring. That aspect is very important because when I go to hospitals, I see nurses at times who are rude, okay, they'll take things for granted like that. But for Letiwe, I think she'll make a very good nurse because of that aspect of caring and just that humbleness in her. She's a very good person.
People want to usually think that when something is too good to be true, then it's unreal. Well, CDF breaks this one. Because the goodness that CDF has brought to Letiwe and her family is as real as it gets. Talk about hope restored. Talk about life changing.